Well, hey everybody, welcome to the Zenith Aircraft Factory here in Mexico, Missouri. This is not my first time coming out to this fly-in, but it's, again, 2025 and I'm excited to be here. Was going to fly in, but as you can tell, the weather around me definitely was not conducive to that. I could have flown in on an instrument, but even right now, definitely the ceilings are too low. But I'm out here at the Zenith Aircraft fly-in and I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm going to show you guys around, show you some of the cool things that you could expect if you come out to this fly-in here in the future. So let's jump around, let's check out some of the airplanes and talk to some of the pilots. So if anybody comes out here, you'll notice that Clint loves to take pictures of everybody's airplanes.
Yes, sir. Beautiful morning.
Yep. All right. Let's walk the line, check out some stuff. If you guys have been following social media, this is Carson's airplane. He built the 750 Super Duty here. Really cool build. Again, it's cool talking to him yesterday. But the other thing you'll like about coming out to the fly-in is just seeing everybody's little builds here. So you walk down the line, this is just all kinds of really cool builds. This one is a little bit more in the Corvair world famous. This is another cool Corvair powered 601 XL. Walk down the line, you got another Rotex powered one, UL powered, a lot of Viking powered. Again, this is just day one at this point. Even before day one even started, it's still setting up. But yeah, it's just cool to see all of the different builds lying around. And it's early in the morning. It's time to go jump over to the free breakfast. Of course, Roger's taxing over the Factory 701. So Mario, let's take a look here what all you got. So I see that you got a bunch of parts here for the high wings. You got all of the fairing pieces. You got, I guess that's for covering up the trim cables. What else do you got? Just kind of looking around here, what you got?
We've now got the new access panel on the Stoll and the 750 and possibly the Cruiser that goes into an inside piece.
Okay, so that's covering up that, like the wing root area?
The wing root area is covered up, and you can put an eyeball in and put the access plate in and duct it in, or you can leave it plain and just cover up that area, and then you could put a hook here for your
headsets or something.
Headsets.
Okay.
Eyeball vent, an eyeball light for your cargo area that rotates up and down. And then this is the walkabout.
Oh, nice.
Got your notebook, your pen, your oil rag, your fuel check, multi-tool, windshield cleaner rag, and then this just Velcros either the back of your seat or the back of your cargo area.
Yeah, see that? That's pretty cool.
I built that from mine.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got carpets, you got the seats, and then
vinyl flooring,
the whole thing.
Rubber vinyl flooring.
Yeah. We're working on more stuff though for the low wings here pretty soon.
650. Yeah. And we're also going to start in heavy duty on the interiors.
Yeah. Well, I just finished doing my presentation on oil analysis. Then met outside with this guy over here in this Zenith 601 XL with a GRT panel. What's interesting is he's, like many of you guys, he hasn't really had anybody be able to give him the education on how the GRT panel works. So it's giving me some ideas of what to do when I get back, is kind of going through how you set this up, all the different menus, panels, everything that GRT can do, because I've been really impressed with the time I've been running that system, and it's been pretty good to me so far, and I really like how it works in instrument flight. Well, tomorrow I've got my next forum, which I'm doing it on how I got my instrument rating and how that all worked with the GRT avionics. So I'm going to continue checking out this. I really do love this entire event. So I'm going to go over here and harass Sebastian real quick. How's the event so far this year?
Oh, it's like every year. It always surprises me how many people show up on these things. You know, we started doing this at a grassroots level, you know, expecting a few customers to show up. Now we get customers from around the country. Well, shoot, you come in
from Arizona.
From Arizona, and we had, you know, flew in from Utah, New Mexico, Florida.
All over the place.
So it's really gratifying to see that, especially, again, these low and slow airplanes. You know, you can go places, but that's not the purpose of them. And so it's
some of them are getting a little less low and slow.
And that's it. And it's good to see too, because, you know, depending on the engine and stuff, you can actually go places.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, with the low wing airplanes, those are obviously better suited for cross country flying.
Yeah.
And you're doing the IFR stuff, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, got my instrument rating in mind. So
yeah, we did a panel discussion earlier today, and everybody was discussing different needs, you know, from basic steam gauges to full IFR panels.
Yeah.
And so it really nice to see that the capabilities.
So do you think your dad would have expected this to get as far as it did?
Probably not. You know, he always, you know, he started, you know, the real home building days, you know, where it was just getting it in the air. That was your goal.
Yeah.
And it's great to see now that getting in the air, that's still a huge accomplishment, but that's just the beginning of the capabilities. Is now you can actually go places, carry stuff with them, and so forth. And now we see, you know, with the expanded mosaic, because that's, again, back in the 80s they were working on all this stuff. You know, we think it's you know, and it is new, but you know, they were talking about primary category, because, you know, certified airplanes have been a problem since the 80s.
Yeah.
It's in the sense that, you know, they're too expensive, and maintenance is a problem, and all these problems have only compounded over the years. And it's super gratifying to see that today, now they're actually doing something.
But I heard somebody say earlier today, what's going to happen is, you know, when my kids get ready to fly, they're going to be like, you know, you're not finding an $80,000 Piper Cherokee anywhere. It's like you're going to be flying single engine experimentals, because that's what's their budget.
And it's awesome to see that, you know, and the capabilities on these single engine experimentals, and the reason, you know, the FAA is allowing all this stuff to happen is because you look at our safety record, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and that's because of what pilots are doing with their airplanes. It's because they're going great places with them, and they're putting good equipment, and they're learning how to not only build but then fly them well too, because it takes responsibility. You know, we always say you got great freedom in experimental aviation, but with freedom comes responsibility.
Exactly.
And we're seeing that, so I love doing that. And that's one of the reasons we like doing homecomings. With the seminars, we try to instill in people, you know, talk to the insurance companies. They'll tell you why you want to build things a certain way.
Yeah.
Why you want a certain engine or nose gear rather than a tail dragger, and thing, you know, like, because it you know,
everything affects it.
Exactly. So
well, day one is starting to wind down here at the flying. We got the dinner tonight, but it's been kind of cool. I've been able to talk to a lot of people. Got to talk to Sebastian, which you guys heard about. There's a lot of cool things coming up, especially with Zenith aircraft. There's definitely some cool stuff and some cool people out here. This is, like I said, one of my favorite events of the year. All right, everybody, welcome back to day 2 of the Zenith aircraft event. And again, this is one of my favorite events of the year, if not my favorite event of the year. Today I'm doing a presentation on instrument flight, because as you guys know, I did all my instrument training in my Zenith, or the most of that I could. So I'm going to talk to the guys here about what it takes to do that, what's involved in instrument flight, how you need to equip your aircraft, and, you know, some of the challenges to actually getting your instrument rating in your Zenith. So that's for the plan for today. I'm going to see how many other people I get to talk to, but they're about to have the pancake breakfast out here, so I'm going to jump out to that here in just a minute. But Love being out here. So day 2, Zenith Aircraft. So for the Zenith Aircraft builders, if you know who this cat is. What are you doing?
So one of the coolest parts about coming out to one of these events is learning about some of the new technology. So there's been some cool improvements on the Corvair engine since I started. One of them is a brand new distributor. I'm hoping to get William out here real quick to talk to you guys about it, because I think it's a really cool new piece of technology that modernizes the engine that I love flying behind. Let me see if I can get a hold of William. All right, so what's new with this distributor?
This is a Corvair DFI ignition system, and it is dual ignition. You can see that the red pickup is the primary pickup, and the black one is the secondary pickup. It has a trigger wheel in there. The entire thing is brand new. It's a billet housing. It's made on CNC equipment, 5-axis CNC stuff. That is a General Motors V8 points distributor rotor, and this right here is a Ford 1990s cap right there, and that is the only piece on here which is not brand new, is the original gear that we use, the drive gear. The shaft is monolithic, and it is brand new all the way down, and this was a test unit, and they all come with the connections. One of the advantages to it is the cap and rotor system is better than a traditional Corvair. The factor that I particularly like about it is the timing has electronic advance in it. It does not have mechanical advance. So you can set the timing on this with the engine just barely idling. It retards the timing for starting, but it does it electronically rather than with mechanical weights and springs. So our previous distributors, you had to wind up to 2,000 RPM with a timing light, and some people didn't like that. But this one, you can have the engine just idling and check the timing.
So what's the, so at idle, is this going to be like time around like 10 degrees advance? 11, where's it at idle?
At idle, it's at full 28 degrees.
Oh, okay.
But for starting, like below 400 RPM, the electronic unit takes 10 degrees of ignition advance out, and that's enough to crank the motor.
Oh, perfect. So it just makes it a lot easier, because like right now when I go do my annual, I set, I got to go check the time at 28 degrees advance, 2,500 RPM. So you're saying on this one, I can literally tie the tail down, start to have it at idle, walk over there, and not have to have the second person.
Yeah, without all the prop blast and stuff.
Awesome.
But that's what the unit looks like.
Cool. All right. Thanks a lot, William.
Fumble. And then I put more in the and that's my birthday. I did.
$27.95.
No kidding! No kidding!
Yes, I'll take that. All
You
right.
better get Charlie to look at it.
Larry knows that.
I saw it. You better make Charlie see it.
All right. I'll take that.
So what you guys just saw there was the Clico drag race. It's kind of a staple here at the Zenith Aircraft flying, and that is the best I've ever done in it. And right now I'm apparently leading the board. So potentially I could be the winner of the Clico drag race, but then again, there is Roger Dubert. He is in the pro division, so he may smoke me pretty bad. Right now, again, 27 seconds is pretty good. I think I started out, the first time I tried it out here this year was 38 seconds, so I've come down 10 seconds on it. So I'm happy. We'll see how this ends up. All right, back to day 2. I do have my panel discussion I've got to do here at 10 o'clock on instrument flight. So I've got a lot of people interested in that, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the GRT stuff. So with that, that's a great transition to the sponsor of this video, which is GRT Avionics. GRT is an American-based company making highly capable avionics systems for guys like me and you flying on a budget in these great low-dollar aircraft. I don't want to say they're cheap airplanes. They're low-dollar, affordable aircraft.
Great thing about the GRT is you can start out with something as simple as the Mini for around $1,800 with all the basic capabilities, move all the way up to the Horizon and have all of the ins and outs that you guys want for all the type of flying you may be doing. So if you guys are building a Zenith or any other light sport or experimental aircraft, really consider GRT avionics for all of your avionics needs. And with that, I'm gonna head over and I've got my forum to do on basically what I did to do my instrument flight and what it took for me to get that done in my Zenith. So onto the forums. Okay. So listen, what I like that's kind of cool about coming out to Zenith is catching up with all the other vendors and learning what's new, because I've seen the bike engines before. What's new? What's new for this year?
I wouldn't say there's anything like super new this year, other than Steve Salai over there. He has the Viking 175 in his Zenith Stole, and we just mated that up with a Duke variable pitch propeller. So he just made his first cross country from the Carolinas over here to Mexico, Missouri with that. So we've brought our 140 turbo here again. I think this is the third year we've flown this up here. So across the field, we have 11 different Viking powered aircraft, and we had everything from high wings to low wings, from our 130 horsepower, the 140, the 150, and the 175. So it's actually been really great. I love coming to Zenith, and it's a gathering of family and friends. It's a lot less.
It's a way more low key. It's like Oshkosh,
I love it.
It's like Oshkosh, but like low key.
I love it because for us, we've done over 900 engines in the Zenith airframe over the years, and so for us, it's more like a family gathering than anything. Of course, we do other airplanes like Rands and all the other stuff too, but a large majority of our customer base is just this. So we wind up spending so much time together with these people, from engine installs that we do to Sun and Fun to Oshkosh to here. And I always joke that we get to see them more than we actually get to see our family and friends at home, because of all the little events that we all love and share that hobby in. So that's what's really great. So
yeah, cool. All right, thanks a lot. See you guys a little later.
All right.
Yeah, all right, so tell me about your plane.
This is my 650. I actually bought it as a used kit back in, I think, 2019. Someone had bought it and realised they'd got in over their head and wouldn't be able to finish it, so I got it for a good price. I pulled my Rotax 912 off my previous airplane, a Rands S12, and spent a couple of years building this. Thankfully, it was during COVID, so I managed to get a lot done.
Yeah.
And flew it here for the first time in 2021 and have flown here ever since.
Yeah. Let's check out the panel. All right. So what do you got in here? Looks
so
like
this is a pretty simple panel. I'd say this is a basic upgrade from steam gauges. These are MGL Extreme EFISes.
okay.
So there's two of those. I've got the iFly GPS 740 in the middle, which is driving the True Track, or now Bendix King autopilot.
Yep.
I've got a Flightline 760 radio, which is about the cheapest radio you can put in it, and a Stratus transponder for ADS-B in and out.
Real simple.
Yeah, simple, neat. It's not fancy, but it does everything I need.
Nice. Cool plane. All right, so I just finished up with my forum on instrument flight, and that went really well. A lot of people were very interested, especially with how I use the GRT stuff and some other things about flying instruments out in these little airplanes. So it was a bunch of fun, but I'm going to go enjoy the rest of the day, because this is the last day of the flying. It is still a gorgeous day out here in Missouri, but I'll tell you what, I love coming out to this event. Great people, great fun, but now it's time to go enjoy more of this event. So here's the real boss of Zenith. Yeah. Come on, you tell Seb what to do, right? No. No? Okay. Never. Okay. Everybody, so we are winding down at the Zenith fly-in this year, and it is the last day, and it has been a great event. I finally got to get up and fly with Roger. I think tomorrow me and Clint may fly before I head back to Yuma. But it's been a great event. I think I'm going to pop up the drone real quick, give you guys a little bit of a taste of the banquet, and I think we'll wrap this one up. So let's take a look at what this kind of the end of the event banquet looks like.
And gals that flew in during the Zenith here to the homecoming, and it's always such a privilege to see all these different airplanes, these different Zeniths that have come in from.
Well, that wraps up one more Zenith aircraft homecoming. I always love coming to this event. It's a great event. You meet the same people. It's kind of like a homecoming. It's like almost like a family gathering for the Zenith builders and pilots. And this is one of those events where you see the guys that you talk to online, guys that you spend a lot of time with, but we only see each other a couple of times a year. We see each other here at the Zenith fly-in. And like I said, it's more of a homecoming than it is a fly-in. That's why I love coming to this event. You guys saw earlier, I'll have to tell you guys a little story about the cat. So that cat is known as Clico. Clico is, I hate to say it, the mascot of Zenith aircraft. And the funny story is that Clico accidentally jumped in the trailer as a builder was picking up their plane and got from here in Mexico, Missouri, all the way to Tennessee. And another builder happened to be coming the other way, picked up the cat, brought it back to the Zenith aircraft. So that cat had an 800-mile round-trip vacation away from the airport. So gotta love the crazy stories that happen around the airport. But I'll tell you, I'm gonna wrap it out here. Thank you guys for watching. And as I always say, get in the hangar, get building, get flying, and I'll see you guys in the air next time.